A lot of people seem to think that bravery simply means you're not afraid of shit. That's not the case. Bravery is when you are afraid, but you act anyway. And we see this in many forms in our day-to-day lives, from smaller things like asking out your crush.
Hey kidsy, you wanna fuck?
Let's go.
Or going to a job interview, to going into intensive surgery knowing you might not wake up, or a firefighter rushing into a burning building, even down to the really depressed guy who still somehow finds the strength to get out of bed every day to face the world. But, most importantly, we see it in Luigi. Nintendo has established Luigi as being the official pussy of the Mario franchise. He's always deathly afraid of every other thing he sees, and it's almost sad. So when Luigi finds out Mario was captured and sealed away in a haunted mansion, the very fact that he goes in after him armed with a shitty vacuum speaks volumes about his bravery. And that is one of the things that makes Luigi's Mansion so great, because we learn that Luigi isn't a coward. If anything, he's possibly one of the bravest people in the series. So basically, Luigi's Mansion has Luigi running around a mansion, vacuuming up ghosts and a shit ton of money. And you're not just picking up loose change either. There's fucking gold bricks, emeralds, rubies, sapphires, pearls, diamonds, silver. It's nuts. It's pretty awesome, and as you might have guessed, it encourages exploration, which is always great. Secret stashes of money and jewels are found left, right, and center if you know where to look. There's also these special ghosts that literally explode into money when you capture them. Then there's these yellow mice that also explode into money. Only problem with these assholes is that they only have a 1 in 35 billion chance of showing up. And that's dumb because it requires you to exit and re-enter the same room a billion times. On the upside, some of them can simply be found by photographing cheese, which is kinda weird, but alright. In order to progress, you must travel into the mansion, clearing every room of ghosts. Along the way, you get keys, which let you travel deeper within the mansion. Often you'll stumble upon these more elaborate ghosts, which all have a trick to catching them. These are the gallery ghosts, which were once paintings in Professor Egad's gallery. Egad is an inventor who also studies ghosts. One of his inventions is the Poltergust 3000, which is Luigi's vacuum. He also invented the Ghost Portrificationizer, which turns ghosts back into paintings. He also invented Flood from Mario Sunshine. Wow, this old fucker really gets around. The Poltergust doesn't just vacuum, it can also spit water, ice, it can even be a fucking flamethrower. Maybe one day they'll make a third Luigi's Mansion game where it can turn into an RPG. That's something the world needs to see. Now the biggest problem with the game is that it's way too short. You can beat the game in 5 hours, which is kinda lame. As for replayability, the game does actually give you a rank at the end depending on how much money you found, and you can actually go back to your file and redo the game in pursuit of a better rank. But this time, the Poltergust is more powerful and the ghosts do more damage. Other than that, there isn't a ton of replayability, although the game does come with a promotional video for Pikmin. Yippee. Whoa, shit. I don't remember that from the game. Luigi's Mansion was a launch title for the GameCube, and not unlike Pikmin, was used to show off the GameCube's capabilities, and it does that spectacularly. I had still only played Nintendo 64 games when I got this game originally. N64 was a magical place, where a circle would look like a pentagon and everything else was a cardboard cutout. So when my parents brought a GameCube home one day, after I spent the first 5 years of my life playing fucking Earthworm Jim 3D or whatever, it blew my mind. Like, wow, this door handle actually looks like a door handle and not a fucking cookie box or whatever. The lighting is also great. Whenever lightning strikes, the room is illuminated briefly and your own shadow stretches off into the distance. The game also has this awesome glow effect, which makes the ghostly imagery a lot more vivid. The sound design is a bit interesting. The sound mostly consists only of one song, but what's cool is that when you're in a dark hallway, Luigi will actually hum along with the tune of the song, which is great because it helps to get the point across that Luigi is so terrified of being here, that he actually has to continuously hum just to feel less scared, and his humming actually becomes more shaky and erratic as he loses more health, and if you get down to really low health, you can hear the sound of sheer horror in his voice. But then when the lights turn on, he stops humming and starts whistling, to give off a slightly more carefree vibe, like he's so relieved that there's no more ghosts in here. There are a few times where you don't hear that theme though. For instance, whenever you're catching ghosts, you get this rapid comical background song that sounds like a clown is slamming his dick on a piano. Then you get times like this where you're like, this is alright, we're just playing hide and seek. One of the things I always loved about this game was how it expanded upon the Mario lore, specifically the boos. Before this game, the boos for the most part were just, oh no, scary ghosts, Mario'd better watch the fuck out. Now we learn there's a King Boo, and he's been conspiring with Bowser to take down the Mario Bros. I always thought that was awesome. Also, I brought up WEEGEE earlier. He would later show up in other Mario games, specifically the Mario and Luigi series. You can also find out more about the gallery ghosts, as there is actually a logbook for all of them. This one ghost in the shower casts the silhouette of a gorgeous woman, but when you pull the curtain back, it's actually this massive bowling ball with a face. But when you look at the description in the logbook, you see that she actually was a supermodel at some point, and maybe that would be an accurate silhouette if someone had the decency to tell her that bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
Still, I'm sure she has a great personality. Despite playing moving melodies, she has a surly disposition. Oddly enough, she loves video games.
Bloody hell, I think this is my one.
Supposedly, a number of people were confused and a bit frustrated by the fact that this game isn't a traditional Mario game, which is something I find a little bit irritating. I would think that people would realize that if it doesn't say Mario in the title, it's probably not a fucking Mario game. But I guess everyone has dumb moments, and hey, I know I certainly do. But that's Luigi's Mansion. It's a great game with the only genuine flaws being its underwhelming length and those stupid mice. It's a testament to the GameCube's capabilities and might even be a definitive title for the system. By all means, give this game a shot.